You're watching the NMR Podcast Network.
I don't know if I was 5. It looks like I ate a 5.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the NMR Sports Podcast. And today we're here with Ryan Hinsey. What's up, bud?
Hello.
And today we're going to be doing NFL wild card playoff picks. We're starting it off with the first week of the playoffs, wild card weekend coming up. How do you feel about it, Ryan?
I'm freaking hype. Go
Good.
Go
Me too. Because the Eagles made it. I'm very happy about that. Nobody thought they would. Nobody believed in them. You know what? They did it. Oops. But anyway. Okay. So what we're going to do here, guys, it's just me and Ryan, but we have all the other cast members doing picks as well. And I'll show them on screen after me and Ryan do ours. And in the next coming episodes, if people do join the episodes, like, Ryan, I want to have you on until the Super Bowl. So it's the same so we can keep everybody's record. You know what I mean? So are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get started here, and we're just going to do our wild card weekend picks. So let's start off in the NFC. So in the NFC, we have the Cardinals and the Rams. Ryan, who do you got in that one and why?
All right. So in that match, I have the Cardinals. I have them going 20, 27, 24 in overtime. Mostly because Kyler Murray is definitely going to have a bounce back game after the last time they played them. And I don't know, is D-Hop playing still?
No idea.
Well, if D Hop's in, he's gonna go off. JJ Watt is supposed to come out of IR, and they're just gonna be stacked. I really think I hope they're gonna pull it off. I want them to go far.
Yeah, I do too. So Ryan, what we're gonna do here is you're gonna do all your picks, then I'm gonna do mine. So we keep track here. All right, next in the NFC, we have the 49ers and the Cowgirls. Who you got?
I got the Cowgirls.
Oh.
I know this is such a bad pick, but I gotta go with them. They're just the most complete team in NFL football right now.
And what about score? You got a score?
The score, it's gonna. I say it's gonna be a decent score. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game too. So I'm gonna say 41 to 38.
Okay.
And I say that because you have CeeDee Lamb, Mari Cooper, Michael Gallup is hurt again, so he's not in that. But you still have Cedric Wilson. He's very good for a backup.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the best wide receiver trio in the NFL right now. And
NFL
then you have Zeke.
I was gonna say, geez.
No, not even close. But you have Zeke running behind a great offensive line, and Dak Prescott is just way too good. Now on the defense, that defensive line is unstoppable.
Yes, I agree with that.
But the secondary, yeah, you have Trayvon Diggs. I think he's overrated because he has a lot of interceptions, but that's only because he capitalizes off a quarterback's bad throws. He gives up the most yardage, and he gives up the most yardage in the season so far.
Right. I get what you're saying. I agree with you. Except for the game, but yeah, I agree with you on all that for sure. Yeah. All right, and lastly in the NFC, we have the Eagles and the Bucks. Who you got on this one?
Now on this one, I have the Eagles. I have them going.
I like what you're going at.
I have this going 20, 21 to 17. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a very big defensive game.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts is a good player, but the wide receiving core needs to be a lot better.
Oh, for Philly? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm going to get to all my stuff in a bit, guys. Ryan's just going on about his.
Devontae Smith he's obviously wide receiver number 1, but you can't count on Jalen Reagor or Quez Watkins or like they need to draft wide receiver.
Sucks. I hate Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor, just get out of. I don't like you. Go.
They should have drafted Justin Jefferson instead of him.
Honestly, God, it still pisses me off to this day that happened. I was literally sitting right here on the couch, right here, watching it in my basement, and I was like, "Ooh, we're gonna get Justin Jefferson." You know, Biggie with the short hair. Still, this was April 2020. I was probably eating freaking Takis or something. I don't remember. I think I was. Yeah, I think I was. I think I was up till 5 a.m. that night, and I played PlayStation all night. Yeah, my hair was like here, like this. It was like a bowl cut. And they drafted Jalen Reagor, and I pretty much myself.
The worst draft.
In disgust.
He should have went like 6th round.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they definitely have to go wide receivers in the draft, and the offensive line is going to have to get better because I don't know if Jason Kelsey's going to retire this year or not.
I don't think he will. I think he's got another 1-2 left in him. He's my favorite Eagles player, by the way, guys. Know that. Okay, now we're going to move on to the AFC. We got the Raiders and the Bengals, who the Raiders pulled off a pretty impressive game on Sunday night. That was a very fun game to watch. But who do you got, Bengals or Raiders? Burrow or Carr?
I got the Bengals. I know it's an AFC North rival, but I got to go with them. They're the best. I'd say they're one of the most complete teams in the AFC right now. They have Joe Burrow is doing really good this year, a lot better than he did last year, obviously because he was hurt. And then Jamar Chase, you got to get the chemistry between them is just astronomical.
I know.
Jamar, like, was 2 weeks ago, Jamar Chase had 50-some points in fantasy.
That's nuts.
That's unheard of.
I know.
That's unheard of. And that wide receiving core is great.
It's great.
I think the offensive line could do better, but
but they're better than last year. The offensive line, they were like the worst. They were so bad last year.
And the defense, they got Mike Hilton from the Steelers in free agency. They have Jesse Bates, is top 5 safety in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That Trey Hendrickson, Pro Bowler, he is just very good all around.
Yeah. And what about a score? You got a score?
The score, I think it's going to be like maybe 27-10.
Oh, okay. You don't even think it's going to be a game?
I really don't.
Okay. Respect that. All right. Next, we got the Patriots and the Bills. Who you got? Bills Mafia or Belichick?
Now, I hate the Patriots, but
I
I
do
have
too.
to go with them.
I still do.
I have to go with them on this one. I think it's going to be a close one. So I'm going to say it's going to be like 27-24 on this one.
Okay.
I think it's going to come down to a field goal. And Bill Belichick in the postseason, obviously everybody knows he's dangerous. He's the best coach in the NFL history. NFL history is the best coach.
I agree.
He's so dangerous in the postseason. Even in late regular season, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
But Mac Jones, I think he's going to be the next Tom Brady in the Patriots.
Yeah, for the Patriots. The Patriots, yeah. He's going to be their next guy.
The draft class wasn't good. Overall, wasn't a good quarterback draft class, but Mac Jones was the good one.
Very good, yes.
That was a steal from the Patriots.
Absolutely. Oh, I agree. It was like Lamar a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Like the wide receiver core, the running back.
The Patriots all around aren't that great, like honestly. The more you think of it, but they're playing good football.
Yeah, they're doing what professionals are supposed to do.
Exactly.
It's play good football.
Yep.
And the running backs are really good. Yeah, Damian Harris, and then you got Ahmed Stevenson. Both they're so good. That running back duo.
Yes.
It's almost as good as Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Like that's a good one.
That's a good one.
The offensive line is all right.
They're good. They're good.
And the defense, you got J.C. Jackson. You got who's probably easily top 3 corner in the league right now. with interceptions and yards allowed.
Right.
And the defensive line, they're just that's a good defensive line right there. I mean, overall, they're a playoff team, but they might not go to. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl this year.
I agree with you on that one. I don't.
I think they'll win this game, but I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right. Now we're with our final game of Wild Card Weekend in the AFC. Ryan's favorite team, the Steelers and the Chiefs. Who you got?
Now, I'm going to pick the Steelers, but I'm being biased. I am. I'm saying this because the Steelers had a bad game against the Chiefs in Week 16. Horrible game. I think it was like 31-17, 10.
It was really bad, yeah.
Now, Mike Tomlin is a good enough coach to get that team to beat the Chiefs. I think they will win. It's going to be super close, but the score I'm going to have to say like around 21-17 because the defense for the Steelers is going to have to show up and show off because TJ Watt, if you let him do his thing, he will get the quarterback, he will get the sacks, and he will get the offense back on the field.
Yeah.
Now, the secondary, you have to have Minka spy down Patrick Mahomes like crazy. You've seen him do the no-look passes. He
does all this crazy stuff. He's a freaking beast.
You need to let the corners stay on the guys. You can't let guys get open, especially Tyreek Hill. He's fast, but like you gotta be covered on him. You can't just let it go. Now, and Travis Kelce, yeah, he's a best tight end in the league right now.
Dog.
But you can't let him be open because if you let him get open, it's gonna be one heck of a ride, and you don't want that. Once the Chiefs get rolling, it's gonna hard to get them stopping.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, well, those are all Ryan's picks. Now it's Biggie's turn, baby. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna start off here in the NFC. We got the Cardinals and the Rams. Now, when the Eagles, got into the playoffs and it was, they're either going to play the Bucs or the Rams, I didn't want the Rams because the Rams are a dangerous team. I mean, they've been good pretty much all year. I know they had a little bit of a roadblock kind of in the middle to the end of the year, but they've been playing really good football. If I was an Eagles fan, a couple of weeks ago, I didn't want the Rams. I wanted the Bucs. And I think the Rams beat the Cardinals because the Cardinals, listen, they are very talented. They're a fun team to watch, but they haven't been. I mean, they had that really good start. They're like the Steelers from last year. That's what I think is going to happen. The Steelers, they go 11-0 and they dropped 4 of their last 5 or whatever.
Yeah, they went 11-0 and then went 1-5 in the last 5 games or 6 games. 5 games, yeah. The
Cardinals are kind of on that same rope, so I think they're a first round exit. Rams beat the Cardinals. I'd say, let's give it a 27-21 final. Rams over Cardinals. All right, let's move on. Okay, next we have the 49ers and the Cowboys. This one I think is hard to pick, but as much as I disagree with you before, Ryan, the more I think about it, I think the Cowboys do beat the 49ers. 49ers, I don't think are a good football team. I don't think they are. I don't think they're good.
No, they're not.
My opinion, they're awful.
The quarterbacks, they got to find a good quarterback. They drafted Trey Lance, who I think should have started over.
They should give him a chance.
Yeah.
Give Lance a chance, bro.
Jimmy Garoppolo needs to go to like a Chicago where he can get a starting job.
Right.
And won't have to worry about like Trey Lance or someone like that.
Exactly.
If you get Trey Lance the ball, he'll be like a Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's that play style.
But then you have Deebo Samuel. He should be a running back in my opinion. Like he's just that kind of player. He's like Cordell Patterson. He's like you got him in the run backfield. You got him out wide. Like he's versatile.
Yeah.
And then George Kittle is just top 3 tight end. I mean, you can't go wrong.
You can't. You just can't at all. You can't do it. But yeah, I as much as I hate to say it, I think the Cowboys put a pretty decent beating on the 49ers. As much as I hated you saying that before, the more I think about it. 32-24. Cowboys beat the 49ers. All right, let's move on to your Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I'm taking the Eagles. I'm taking my birds. Listen, you can call me biased. You can call me what you want. I'm taking the birds. The birds all day. You want to know why? You want to know why, Ryan?
Why? Why are you picking the Philadelphia Eagles?
Because they are hot at the right time. They were 2-5 at one point. They were 2-5. Think about that. They were 2-5. Everyone counted them out at the beginning of the year. Everyone's saying, "Oh, they're going 4-13, 3-14, this, that, no playoffs. Nick Sirianni's a horrible coach. Jalen Hurts isn't the answer." They're saying all this. Listen, they're hot at the right time. I get it. Listen, they lost 51-26 to the Cowboys the other night, but you know what? They were playing their third stringers. They had every single starter on the offensive line except for maybe one or two guys out. Jalen Hurts wasn't playing. Gardner Minshew, who was my favorite player, not on the Eagles until they traded for him. I freaked out when they got him. Listen, he's not a starting quarterback. I love the guy, but he's not. I love his personality. I love his play style. I don't think he's a starting quarterback. But Jalen Hurts wasn't playing, and half the defense wasn't playing. You saw the defensive line; nobody was playing, and then Miles Sanders is still hurt. So you see what this team did with that entire team. You saw what they can do. So I take the Eagles here. I'm taking the Eagles over the Bucs.
And you think about it. You have the third string Eagles team in general.
Yeah.
They were playing their third string, and they still got how many points over the starting Cowboys?
26.
26 points.
They did let up 51, but still 26 points. And it was a competitive game for a little bit.
Yeah.
The Eagles scored first, and it was a competitive game for a little bit.
And not saying that Nick Sirianni is a bad head coach, because he's the only rookie head coach.
To be in the play, he's in the playoffs.
He's in the playoffs in his first year as a head coach.
Exactly. Everyone said he was a joke.
Which means the Eagles are probably going to have a good future ahead of them.
Oh,
I think they'll make the playoffs multiple times with him.
I agree. I love it. I love it. But yeah, final score here: Eagles beat the Bucs 24-17. Go Birds! All right, now we're going to move on to the AFC. Yes, I just got really excited about my Eagles right there, as you can tell. I love the Birds. I love them. All right, so now we're going to move on to the AFC. We got the Raiders and the Bengals. As much as it would be nice to see the Raiders win, I don't see it happening. Bengals win this one easily. I love the Bengals. Listen, I love the Raiders. It was nice to see. It's nice to see them get in the playoffs, with all the drama that happened at the beginning of the year with, John Gruden, Henry Ruggs, all that BS that was going on, everything like that. To see them come back and make the playoffs, it's nice. But the Bengals are, like you said, they might be the most balanced team in the AFC. They might be the most balanced. I honestly think they might be the most balanced team in the AFC. I think they win big over the Raiders, sadly. As much as I wouldn't want to see that, I'd say they win 38-21. I'm taking a big margin of victory here.
And I forget the Chargers head coach name, but
Brandon Staley.
Thank you. What?
What's his name? Isn't it like? Hold on, we can look it up.
I forget it.
Yeah, Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley. I give you props.
Love that man right now, don't you, Ryan?
Props for calling that timeout.
Ryan loves.
I give you props.
All right, hold on. I want to give a hot take before I go into my next one. You ready for this? Bengals make the Super Bowl.
Bengals making the Super Bowl.
It's a very hot take, but I think it can.
I can't see that.
I have visions of Joe Burrow playing in a Super Bowl. I do. I just do.
I could see that, but not.
Whoa! This just fell. Okay. I don't know what that kind of just fell. I don't know what just happened. But anyway, keep going.
I could see them being in the Super Bowl eventually, but not right now. Not.
I see it.
I mean, you completely beat one of the best teams in the league, and then you go play the Jets and lose to them.
Yeah.
And then you'll lose to another bad team. Like, you can't do that. That's
No.
why I'm saying they're not going to the Super Bowl this year. They might win this. They're gonna hopefully they win this week, because I don't want to be wrong. And then they will probably lose to either the Patriots or the Bills.
Yeah, I maybe, but still, the Bengals go Super Bowl. Not win it, but go to it. I can see it. That's all I got. That's my hot take.
Now, my hot take
let's get your hot take now.
My hot take is the Cardinals, and I know that was mostly everyone's hot take in the beginning of the season, but lately it's not because of the way they've been playing. I say that because Kyler Murray is hot. He is on fire right now. He's literally a Lamar Jackson that can throw the ball. Like, he can ram out of the pocket, throw 60 yards if he has to, and he has the weapons. You have DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, AJ Green, and a rookie Rondale Moore, who is very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess, but I don't see them winning. I don't. But anyway, let's move on in the AFC. Bills, Patriots. I love me Bills Mafia. At the beginning, literally, like early season, I had them as my Super Bowl pick. I had the Bills as my Super Bowl pick. Now, I take that back, but I still think they beat New England 14-10. It's going to be a very close game, 14-10. They beat New England. I think it happens. I don't think they win after that, but I think they get past the wild card. I think they do. All right. And lastly, we have the Steelers and the Chiefs. Sorry, Ryan. I'm going with the Chiefs. I have to. Steelers barely got in the playoffs. They, I don't think they're that good, to be honest.
They swept the Ravens. They swept the Browns.
Congratulations, you swept the Browns.
All right, listen.
The
Browns
suck this year.
They were Super Bowl contenders at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and what happened?
They went down the drain faster than poop could go down the toilet.
Yep, you're right about that one. But yeah, anyway, Chiefs 21-14 over the Steelers. That's it.
I mean, the Bengals lost to the Browns, so.
Yeah, that is true. But again, the Bengals are a lot better than the Steelers, so. A lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are all our picks. And we got some bonus picks as well from other cast members. Let's go through those. So we got Jake Jones. Will be up on the screen here, but I'm going to read it. We're going to start off with the NFC for Jake. He picked the Bucs over the Eagles 30-21. He picked the 49ers over the Cowboys 35-31, and he picked the Rams over the Cardinals 21-17. Now his AFC picks, he picked the Chiefs over the Steelers 31-17. He picked the Bills over there he is right there. There's the man himself. Bills beat the Patriots 42-24, and the Bengals beat the Raiders 28-14. And those are Jake Jones picks. All right, and lastly, we got another set of picks from everyone's favorite Frankie Cheeks Tetlack. So Cheeks. All right, so in the NFC, he has the Eagles over the Bucs 25-17, Cowboys over the 49ers 13-17, the Cardinals over 17-13, that would be. Cardinals over the Rams 34-20, Chiefs over the Steelers 27-14, Bills over the Patriots 13-10, and the Raiders over the Bengals 28-24. I like that last pick is kind of controversial for Chiefs. It's kind of a controversial last pick there. The Raiders beating the Bengals. That's kind of a hot one, I think.
That's a hot take right there.
Yeah, it really is. All right, so Ryan, is that you got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, that's all I got.
Yep, same here. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching the episode tonight of the NMR Sports Podcast. We'll be keeping records between me, Ryan, Jake Jones, and Cheeks. Those are the only 4 people that submitted picks or were on the show. We'll be back next week.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Duval.
Oh, yeah, they beat the Colts. Duval, baby.
Duval.
All right. So, we'll be back next week. We'll see how we did. and we'll do our picks for the divisional round. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.